Is it working? Okay, I just want to look at a little bit of this footage from this game just to talk about a little bit of, when I talk about the goodwill of Guilty Gear, and I've talked about a lot of these changes I feel are not in goodwill. I don't want to like totally, I want to wait for a little bit more footage before I like, blow my butthole about how I think the game is going to work. But I want to like address a few things that I've seen the community talking about. They're talking about the risk gauge, which I guess I didn't even know it's called a risk gauge. I guess that's what the guard meter is called. Was it called that before? Maybe it was. I don't know the names of things, right? Um, and people are making this like, and I've ever some people like, some people were saying, I guess that like, oh, but when you block in the air, you do so much guard meter, or some bullshit, and counter hits are gonna play such a big part about in this game. You know what I mean? So it's real dangerous to take block guard meter, whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? Trying to basically justify that you can block DPs in the air, which is fucking retarded. But so I just want to show some of this, and I want to talk about a few fundamental things here, right? So here's this. Oh man, this guard meter is sure fucking dangerous, right? Look at Potemkin. I don't know what he's at right now. Let's say he's about at 70% right now. Clock's at 91. I should probably turn this down. He's at 91. And it's already 91. It's already down within, 3, 4 seconds, right? It's going to 9, so about 3.5 seconds, right? That one, just that quick exchange. Wow, that guard meter looked real fucking dangerous. He just jumped away, and his guard meter was already completely safe. Okay. Now I want to show you this too. I'm gonna show you like a little comparison here. I'm gonna show you where I'm getting with this at the end too. Look at this right here. What Kai's gonna do. Kai does a slide. His guard meter's at half. His guard meter's at half from the slide, right? Correct, right? Okay. Now look at this. Guard meter's still about half. He does a DP. Now remember, instant block and none of this shit does anything. He blocked the DP, right? Where's his guard meter? Okay, so it went up almost half. The same as his slide on the ground does half. What's the fucking difference? And I'm going to show you another example too. What's the fucking difference? Not only that, look at this. He blocked the DP in the air without FD because you don't have to FD, which is actually fucking stupid that you don't have to block a DP. But look at this. Potemkin is already in his stance. Potemkin has recovered before Kai. Do you see how fucking retarded that is? Potemkin just recovered before Kai, and he blocked a DP in the air without an FD. Potemkin is already technically at the initiative. I know I heard some people say like, well, you fly away when you do a DP. Yeah, but if you're in the corner, what does this matter? Potemkin is technically now at the advantage for blocking your DP with no risk. Is that not fucking retarded? Did he really gain that much meter? People are like, oh, well, when you block in the air, you gain a lot of meter. No, you don't. I've looked at the footage. I have not seen this. That's absolute fucking bullshit. Because we've just seen a slide from Kai does half. We've seen a DP does half, right? And he's at the advantage. Okay, I want to show you this. Look at this shit. Suck my titties, okay? Look at this. I want you to look at this. Kai's at 0, right? Here's Soul. Look at this shit. Am I still showing this? Hopefully it's still showing this. Look at this shit. Kai blocks a slash. Wait the fuck, wait. Kai just blocked the air-to-air slash and his guard meter went to half. His guard meter went to half. So where is this fucking argument that people are saying like, oh, but if you block a ground normal in the air, you take so much guard meter? I haven't seen it, dude. I haven't seen it. What is the logic of your argument right now? Okay, so there's this. He blocks a slash in the air. Then he does the hard. Now look at this, right? Okay, so that's kind of what we're going about. It looks like, yeah, just a couple of moves, and now Kai is almost at that little notch right there, right? But look at this. Kai basically blocks us in the air, and then look at this. So Kai's already recovered. He's going into his DP. Soul immediately lands. I guess his slash is this gut punch. Look at this. Kai DP's him. Kai was at the advantage for blocking in the air. Remember, instant block, it'd be one thing if you were to instant block like an old game. You know what I mean? You can like instant block and stuff like that if you blocked in the air and you can recover faster. But he just blocked in the air and Kai was at the advantage for blocking in the air. So for people saying this whole idea that, oh yeah, but the guard meter, it's so risky now. I've just showed you very easy. The guard meter goes down extremely quickly. it looks like the moves are, again, this is very early, but right now, some of the arguments that people are using, I don't see any proof of this. I see no logic of argument. Well, that's what I said. I've seen a lot of people have like talked about the game, why they're worried about the game, and I don't see it. There's like, oh, there's gonna be no OK in this game. I hate that fucking phrase. I haven't seen it. Like so many people are complaining about things that if you just logically look at the footage, it doesn't look like it knows what you're fucking talking about, right? So anyway, I just thought that was very interesting. So basically, I see no argument if people are like, oh man, it could be okay that you don't have to FD in the air. You know what I mean? Like, the block damage is going to work this way. Well, right now, as it stands, I see nothing for your argument, right? And you got to remember, Guilty Gear is actually a very interesting game. Like, and of course, this game is brand new, right? And I know some people say, like, how do you actually know how have you known like how so many games are going to work before you've ever played them? I mean, how many years have I been doing this now, right? I mean, like, and I said this before, an example how I know how the fuck games are going to work, but without even playing them. And again, like I said, I'm not going to blow my butthole on this game, how this game's going to work yet, without actually seeing some more footage, right? But because I don't watch just good people play. Like I know, say for the Dragon Ball Fighter Z game, one of the easiest examples was people are watching, Nakio and Tatsu or whatever. And I said at a certain point, this is nothing against them because obviously it looked like they were raping people. But at a certain point, they were just doing the same thing. There was no value to be had of watching them play the game during the beta because they just did the same thing. When there's a new game out, when the game is actually look like different, you should actually watch probably everybody and watch a lot of scrubs play. Because scrubs are actually scrubs, quotation marks, whoever the fuck it might be, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter, but whoever the fuck it might be, you should watch a little bit of everybody. Don't worry about people that are quotation marks good at games because, like I said, most people actually aren't good at games. You know what I mean? When it comes down to it, at the end of the day. So this isn't like that wasn't against like the Dragon Ball FighterZ per se, but I'm generalizing here. So you should watch a little bit of everybody because when you watch like scrubs play just mashing on buttons, you can actually get an idea if this game is brand new. You can be like, okay, they're actually trying new shit because they don't know what the fuck they're doing, but at least by them trying new shit, you can see a little bit of the possibility of games. And so that's why I would recommend watch people that you think actually suck if the game is actually brand new because they might be doing some wacky shit that doesn't make any sense. But at least when you're seeing weird shit, you know what I mean? You might sort of get like a better grasp of how the game might work because a lot of times, quotation marks, good people, for better or worse, they're just doing what works. And you're not going to learn anything about a new game if that's what you're watching, right? Anyway, so an interesting thing about Guilty Gear though that I was talking about is blocking and everything like this. And oh man, here's some fighting game history for you. It's kind of funny because Dragon Ball Fighter Z, so many people are horny about, fuzzy guard and fuzzy, well, this kind of shit. Getting fuzzied or whatever the fuck when you're like blocking and jumping and all this kind of stuff. Fighting game history for you. Do you know who the original person was traveling around America when Guilty Gear first came out, teaching everyone about fuzzy guard and all that kind of shit? It was actually me as a kid. Yeah. Does anyone remember that if you're old enough? I'm sure the few people that actually do. Like a lot of fuzzy guard shit wasn't even known back in the day. You gotta remember, I've been playing video games for a long time. People actually didn't know how like jumping and all that kind of stuff when you blocked and then you landed, you'd be fuzzy. That was actually me when I was traveling around America when I was winning all those tournaments. When I was telling people how that shit worked, right? There's a history lesson for you. But Guilty Gear is an interesting game because the stun in the air can be so drastically longer, so different. You can go from instant blocking a move in the air to the recovery is so short that it even resets your air options to you can block a move in the air and the stun is so long, especially if you FD. And I've showed this off in my old tech videos and again when I was traveling around America way, oh boy, man, how long ago? Like I said, it's 10 years over since I won my last tournament, and man, we're talking about 15 years ago, whatever, when I was a kid, right? Like, again, I was winning tournaments before I could drive when I was traveling around originally, right? But meeting up with people. But I know I even showed an example in one of those Kai Dust videos. Remember, in Guilty Gear, there's also the extreme of the instant blocking where you can reset your options and you have such low recovery. But there's also the extreme options where remember, characters have different block animations, and they do have different block animations in this, I can already tell. But FD, so if a character FDs a move in the air and they land, different fuzzy things can work for them than if they were to just block a move regularly in the air and then land. You know what I mean? Because FD always causes a certain frame of animation of block and different frame, and you can actually control how the opponent blocks different frames of animations as well. It's like very advanced shit, but I've showed it's possible how you can actually do this. So I don't know if this game is going to get that advanced because right now it looks like just blocking in the air, you can block anything, which is fucking retarded, obviously. And you don't look like you have that much stun when you land on the ground. Like, what is that? Like, people are like, oh, you get pushed far away, or the game is going to be so dangerous because of block meter, whatever. It's called risk gauge, I guess, where the fuck it's called. But it looks like it goes down really fast. And I'm not seeing some huge disadvantage for air blocking, right? I can't appreciate what people are saying with this, right? So, anyway, I just wanted to talk about that because that's a fundamental flaw. Like, you should not, and that's why I said this, like, whether or not people like this or not, fighting games were at their most popular when simple things, and this isn't that I think Street Fighter is necessarily a simple game. Street Fighter in many ways is more complicated than Guilty Gear, and vice versa. Every game has its own good and bads, right? But I know the community hates DPs. A lot of people, you know, that we got crush counter. We want DPs to be invincible. We want DPs, you know what I mean? But you got to remember, fighting games were at their most popular when DPs were at their most popular. When these core concepts, when core fundamental concepts of this is this kind of character, this move does this kind of thing, this move is supposed to do this kind of thing. These things that the community has such a hate for nowadays, these things are what people understand, actually logically speaking, and you can grasp at a very fundamental level. They should be powerful. It's what they're supposed to do. Okay, I don't know if people get that. Like, you can hate this, but the thing you hate, or you hate it, or you hate whatever, is what made games popular in the first place. And you should never be trying to take away from those core fundamental values of video games, right? Of a fighting game. You shouldn't be trying to get rid of that, right? So having all these blockable moves all the time in the air, you know what I mean? There needs to be a risk. Like, what is the risk reward ratio, right? Like I said, I'm not really a fan of, like, I don't get the corner. Like I said, I have a lot of theories about the game right now, but again, I don't want to blow my load totally. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of fundamental. I'm not worried about the game being drastically different per se. I can see a lot of like potential to do shit. I'm worried about the fundamental shit of the game, right? That's the kind of stuff I'm worried about. And that's just a fundamental example. And actually, since I'm on this as well, was it this video or I was it? I just want to show like was it? Oh, I don't remember. I don't remember. Look, the range on moves can be pretty crazy too. Like this is just like a Kai thing. Again, I don't know how advanced I'm gonna play the game. You know what I mean? If I'm bored, but look at the range on Kai's close slash right here. Look how far away he is, dude. Right? Look at his close slash, motherfucker, dude. Look at that bullshit, dude. Motherfucker, dude. Do you see how that's his close slash? Like the range on moves, that's like one of the like. See, I'm worried about some of the fundamental things when I look at the game. Like I'm not worried about a lot of like these are some things that like are a little bit weird to me, right? So there's actually I don't remember which match I've watched some matches, but where Kai actually does like slash fireball, and then the next slash he does right after that is the close stand slash. Even after the guy got pushed that far away, that seems kind of weird to me. I haven't played the game yet, so but I thought that was kind of weird. And I think there was even a match, and wasn't there a match in here where he does a fucking I don't know. I've watched a number of videos now, but look at oh man, she blocked the DP. They're like, wow, man, he RC'd it. He should be at a huge advantage. You know, he should be able to do that. If he RCs that, he should be able to jump up and throw her fucking little ass. That's what he should be able to do. But anyway, oh wow, dude, look at this man. She sure looks like she was at some huge disadvantage for blocking a DP in the air. Oh God, her meter's already gone. Man, dude, you know, I mean, what is that shit, dude? Suck my titties, dude. Boner up my butthole on a Sunday, man. Like, what is going on, dude? Like, that's what I'm saying. Anyway, the point is, a lot of people I can't appreciate a lot of things people are saying about the game, right? Because a lot of stuff just doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, I really don't get the corner thing either. I'm worried about the corner thing. I think, like I said, I'm worried that the goodwill of Guilty Gear might not be there yet. You know what I mean? I'm worried it might just be there and so that Jimmy can, you know, jack off a little bit or something like that. You know, I'm like, oh, I pressed anything. You know what I mean? I mean, really, the fact like a super breaks the wall, I don't get that shit, dude. Like, and you know, if you're doing so much damage anyway, why will like what is the point? Like, oh yeah, but you're gonna reset the match and you're gonna be building more meter, but it's like the guy's dying so fast anyway right now. I don't know. Again, I can talk really complicated about a game. I don't want to get too in depth in it, but you know, the whole DP thing really bothers me. Blocking a DP in the air is such babby mode, dude. Such babby mode to block a DP in there. Like, dude, like I said, dude, put the boner up your butthole, man, dude. Like, dude, enjoy it, dude, right? What is life? What we live in a fucking society, dude. But anyway, like I said, I don't want to dissect the game too much more. But anyway, that's all I want to say about that. The end. Oh, actually, you know, what? And two, actually, I forgot that too. You know, the air thing too, with blocking and everything that too. Guilty Gear is, you know, since this is a new game, I haven't been able to tell too. Guilty Gear is a game too. Remember where you can store your properties of moves like very easily, right? And that's something you can do in the air. That's why you can like, you know, when a guy's like really close to the ground and close to the air, you know, you got this. You can technically it's probably where jump cancels came from, right? You know, you can alpha counter in the air actually. You know, storing your stun with different things, you know, just so many different things right when the guy is almost off the ground. But you know what? I'm wondering if this game might run off a little bit of a new system. And I haven't been able to tell that for sure with the properties yet. But we'll see. Like I said, I want to see some more footage before I actually bust a nut about the game. But yeah.